Do you know Don Mayhew?
Oh, yeah. I actually just talked to Don this morning. He was getting on a flight coming home.
From where? D.C.?
I think they're out in Boston.
Oh, I thought he was gerrymandering or something. I don't know. That seems to be the popular vacation this year.
Yeah, everyone's gerrymandering.
Why aren't we gerrymandering, honey? I don't understand.
Wrong state.
You are municipal elections expert. Is that right?
I wouldn't call myself an expert, but
I called you an expert.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. I hope I don't disappoint, but it is something that
What does that mean?
Well, I'm very passionate about our municipal elections.
Okay.
And I became so during COVID and in response to COVID.
Yeah.
I would say in our disastrous response to COVID. Really a lot
What do you consider to be what you said, that disastrous approach to COVID?
Really just the massive overreaction, the shutting down of businesses, the masking requirements, telling private businesses how to conduct their business and how to operate, our school systems kicking our kids out, denying them of the education that we as taxpayers pay for, masking kindergartners. The list goes on. You remember? You were there.
I remember. I'm just forming my next question. Is, do you believe you were right back then?
Yes.
Yes, and I believe I was right back then too, because I was feeling the same thing.
Yes.
Looking at the VAERS reports, having the disease with my wife, and calling my doctor, just breaking 70, 71 or so, right? And saying, we had my doctor of 25 years. I says, we just had it. We have it right now. Do you have any suggestions? Yeah, come in and take the vaccine. Get a shot. I said, why would I do that? He says, because you need to. You've got it. I said, well, if I've got it, aren't I going to have antibodies? He said, well, I don't know anything about that. And I said, well, I just looked at the VAERS report, and that thing is exploding.
Yes.
It's and he says, well, that doesn't mean anything. I read the New England Journal of Medicine every time it comes out, and that's not in there. So I did a search of the VAERS report in the New England Journal of Medicine, and guess what was there? The VAERS report. So I called him back, and I said, "Did you find the VAERS report?" He says, "Yeah, I guess you're right." I said, "I got some words for you. You're fired." Mm-hmm. That's 25 years. I haven't talked to the guy since. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, what are these doctors thinking about? And it's still going on. It's still going on.
It is still going on. I'm hoping some of the actions taken at the federal level will help to mitigate some of that damage. I know RFK Jr. just stopped the federal funding for the vaccines.
For kids a certain age.
It's vaccine research.
The vaccine,
research.
He stopped the funding for the vaccines in general, but he took away the requirement for children.
Yeah.
For sure. It was, on the list of recommended vaccines for children. And he took that off, thankfully. So I'm hoping that with this administration, we're going to return to some common sense. And, it was funny when COVID kicked off, we were in Mexico, actually. The day before we left for Mexico, Trump had just instituted a travel ban for Europe.
Yeah.
And then right when we got back from Mexico, he instituted a travel ban between
China and USA, didn't he?
Well, that was from the very beginning.
Okay.
This was a little bit post that. So between Canada and Mexico. So we actually, had vacation with people that got stuck in Mexico because of that, had a hard time getting back home. We made it back home. I went to work. They handed me my laptop and said, "You're working from home. I live in a rural area, so I was a little panicked initially that first week. My husband, he's out and about. He's like, no, nothing to shut down. He's like, you're fine. Just
Were you wearing masks?
no, I never wore a mask. I knew that was ridiculous.
I got forced
from the
into it a
beginning.
couple times. And
There were a couple of times
Yeah.
I was forced. Yes.
other than that, I didn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
but if I could avoid it in any way possible, I absolutely did because they're ineffective. They cause more problems than they prevent for sure.
Sure, and they don't do anything.
Well, he made me get out of the house because I'd been sitting at home, working from
Yeah.
home, reading the news, which was the absolute worst thing I could possibly do. We get to Kings Highway, and the first restaurant we see is McDonald's, and the cars are wrapped around the building.
Yeah.
And I thought, what? And I knew in that moment I had been tricked. No one was really overly concerned with this virus. We weren't being affected in the way that the media was trying to make us believe that we were. We go by Walmart. The parking lot looks like Black Friday.
Yeah.
And I knew at that, to me, the illusion was shattered in that moment. So thank you, Dave, for that. I appreciate that.
Well, I don't. I think for a while there we were closed on the inside.
You were. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
To wrap around.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Lobbies were closed.
So I was working my butt off in the drive-thru
Yeah, that's
outside.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
But they controlled it. In fact, at one point, they went out and said that if you're not married, if a customer comes in not wearing a mask, you tell them to put a mask on, or we're going to have them arrested. This was McDonald's saying that to me. I said, "Are you out of your minds?" And the next day, I get a call from a customer down by St. Robert. He says, "What the hell's going on?"